Welcome back, viewers, to Insight. Let's debate and get an insight on what Brexit is going to do to us. एक कॉमन आदमी को ब्रेग्जिट का क्या असर होने वाला है, वो सब चीज़ें आज हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. हमारे साथ पैनल में लोग डिफरेंट स्पेशलाइजेशन के हैं, उससे हमें एक अच्छा ओवरव्यू मिल रहा है ब्रेग्जिट का. हमारे पास एक सवाल आया था मिस्टर बाबू का कि मिस्टर बाबू इज़ गोइंग टू रिटायर इन नेक्स्ट फ्यू ईयर्स. वो पूछते हैं उन्होंने हमारे पैनल से, तो क्या उन्हें वो प्रॉपर्टी खरीदना चाहते हैं उस रिटायरमेंट फंड से, तो क्या उन्हें डील जो होने तक रुकना चाहिए और फिर प्रॉपर्टी खरीदनी चाहिए, या कि उन्हें कुछ इस वक्त कोई एक्शन लेना चाहिए? ये सवाल सबसे रेलिवेंट होगा. पवन, सॉरी पवन, put you on the spot here, but we always respond to our viewers' questions, so
that's fine. Work is work always, first and foremost. Mr. Babu, if you feel that you want to invest your money into property, there's no better time as to when it is in your mind and in your heart. You might wait 6 महीने 1 साल, आपको नहीं पता where we will be. और ये ऐसी चीज़ नहीं है that you will buy the property now और फिर बाद में भेजेंगे. This is longer term. Hopefully you'll buy the property, pass it on to your family and then go from there. So yes, buy now. Prices have come down. By comparison, what you buy now is cheaper than a year back. The rents have come down, but if you buy in the right area at the right price, which I'm happy to advise, you will get what you need. So yes, buy now, don't worry. If you are uncertain, let's wait until say later on this year, just once we start to get some idea कि यूरोप में क्या हो रहा है and where are we. But yes, if it's in your mind, buy now for sure.
So Ravi, do you have to add something?
Yeah, what I would say is there are fantastic deals out there, and you can get fixed term deals. Today, right now is a great time to buy. I personally would buy. Yes, there may be uncertainties. However, unless you're taking a colossal amount of loan, that might be a different scenario. But for most people, I don't think the difference is going to be that much. This is my own experience. I think this is a great time to buy. If you ask my advice, as Pavan said, we don't know what's going to happen in a year's time. You could wait in a year and then ask again, same question. Meantime, you might well have lost what you're going to get now. Interest rates may have gone up. So buy now.
So Mr. Babu, in this sort of program, we provide some generic understanding कि हम मार्केट में हमारे पैनलिस्ट क्या सोचते हैं. आपको अगर कोई स्पेशलिस्ट एडवाइस चाहिए तो आप ज़रूर अपने किसी फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर से या मॉर्गेज एडवाइजर से बात करें. पवन, सॉरी, यू वर सेइंग समथिंग.
एक बात है, if you are buying a property, आपको ये देखना होगा if you're retiring, what is your tax position, because you buy the property now, if it's in your name, you increase the size of your estate. तो आपको ये देखना होगा if you pass the property on, the implications for your children, be it inheritance tax, capital gains tax,
yes,
so on and so forth.
I think that's what.
Please take advice first.
Well said, Pawan. Or Mr. Babu, that's what I would also say. Speak to your financial advisor. आपकी क्या personal circumstances हैं? Tax की position change होती रहती है, change होते रहती है. Sort of आपको जो basically tax की छूट है वो भी बदलती रहती है. So it would be best for you to speak to a local financial advisor. I've got a question here कि आफ्टर ब्रेग्जिट जिसे कहते हैं कि बाहर और आसमान और भी हैं और जगह भी हैं जब ब्रिटेन ट्रेड कर सकता है. यूरोप के बाहर बहुत मुल्क हैं इस वक्त. एलेक्स जैसे कह रहे थे कि देयर आर 10 डिफरेंट कंट्रीज़ और 10 डिफरेंट सिटीज़ जो कि ग्रो कर रही हैं जहाँ हम ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. तो उसकी क्या वजह है कि हम ब्रेक्जिट के मामले में इतने मोहतात और थोड़े से नेगेटिव हैं? आप क्या समझते हैं, क्यों नहीं हम उस तरफ जा सकते और हम खुद अपने बलबूते पे जाकर ट्रेड डील्स करें, ना कि यूरोपियन यूनियन के एनवेलप में एक छोटी सी कंट्री बन के रहें?
आई एग्री विद यू कि हमें बाहर एक्सप्लोर करना चाहिए, मगर हमारे पास तो हमेशा ही अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं. कोई आपको स्टॉप तो नहीं कर रहा. If you want to go outside Europe, you can go and do the deal anytime. ये तो सिर्फ यूरोप की जो कंट्रीज हैं जो उसके अंदर आते हैं.
लेकिन आप कर नहीं सकते ना वो डील. यूरोपियन यूनियन की जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स थी कि जैसे इंडिया के साथ उनकी अभी भी ट्रेड डील चल रही है, वो नेगोशिएशन कंप्लीट नहीं हुई. अमेरिका के साथ इस वक्त चल रही है. एंड इनफैक्ट अमेरिका ने तो यहाँ तक सॉर्ट ऑफ सिचुएशन के पहले दे वांट टू क्रिएट and finalize a deal with European Union and then they will speak to UK. तो ये एक kind of I think हम वो एक तरह का basically situation में आ रहे हैं कि we are trying to approach someone but we are not in a position to approach.
We are not in the position. So मैं ये कहूँगी कि देखें, एक चीज़ आपने build की है over the years. आपने यूरोपियन यूनियन में आए उसमें लॉज और बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो इट्स अ टू वे, उसमें हमें भी बेनिफिट हुआ है, हमारे लॉज हैं, ह्यूमन राइट्स लॉज एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट। आप कंप्लीटली उससे टाइज ना छोड़ें, आप कंप्लीटली उससे कट ऑफ ना करें, कोई ना कोई एज अ क्लब के साथ रहें, लेकिन टेक कंट्रोल ऑफ द डिसीजंस, टेक कंट्रोल ऑफ द लॉज, टेक कंट्रोल ऑफ द पावर व्हेन यू गो एंड नेगोशिएट विद अदर कंट्रीज, लेकिन यूरोप को भी कंप्लीटली ना छोड़ें। आई फील कि वो चीज़ जो ब्रिटेन के लिए बेस्ट है, ऑब्वियसली एवरीबडी वांट्स best for the Britain, but we need to see in those negotiations what is on the table which is protecting all of us,
Yeah.
and going forward those opportunities are there where we can go and address those.
Alex, my question basically, which arises from what Hina was saying, okay, we do have this situation that we can go out and trade with other countries, but when you go out and trade with other countries, the challenge you feel is that those countries are also in a way pursued by many other bigger countries. For example, if you take India for example, or China for example, the trade relationship between India, China to the US is far much entrenched and greater than when UK starts discussing with them. And the other thing is, despite of European Union being at our doorstep, we are discussing trade deals with people who are millions and miles away from us. Transportation of goods, understanding of the local culture, understanding of the local laws, and all those things would kick in. So do you think it's an easier sell to create trade deals with the countries which are far off, which are not our near neighbors, and leave the near neighbors on the side?
No, well, I disagree, and I think, well, first of all, there are lots of small countries. Look at Iceland; it's got trade deals with China and India, and Switzerland is the same position.
But how
And
much
these
they
are
export and
countries
trade?
of,
I think
you know,
having a trade deal is important, but how much they trade, that is what I was referring to.
They're exporting financial services predominantly, and also tech to a certain extent. So there are markets, there are niche markets. So China could have a deal exporting whatever they export as steel to the US, and that's fine. But then the UK could be very strong, and for example, the UK in the education sector, we're looked on. I believe by many in India, for example, everyone wants to come to Britain to study. So that is one of our strengths. We have a lot of specialist expertise in areas of tech as well, and these are areas we should build on, and there are always going to be trade opportunities, and that okay, so the bigger the markets in bigger products and services like commodity exports from China,
products and sort of
exactly, mining products, whatever, but then we've got the whole services sector, we've got technical, whatever it is, mobile phone manufacturing, whatever, which is so we can build on that.
Okay, I think viewers जो एलेक्स कह रहे हैं, एलेक्स कहते हैं कि there is an opportunity कि हम यूरोपियन यूनियन से बाहर भी देख सकें और अपनी रिलेशनशिप्स उन कंट्रीज़ के साथ डेवलप करें जहाँ पे कि बेसिकली मेजर मार्केट्स हैं और उनके साथ हम ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. हैविंग सेड दैट, ये एक डिफ़िकल्ट सिचुएशन है टू क्रिएट न्यू मार्केट्स. एक्सपोर्ट्स की मार्केट्स ख़ास तौर पे वो उनको बिल्ड होने में कुछ टाइम लगता है, और ये जो अनसर्टनिटी रहेगी जब तक वो मार्केट्स डेवलप होंगी. रवि, आप क्या समझते हैं कि एक स्मॉल बिजनेस जो हमारे बेसिकली व्यूअर्स हैं, जो डिफरेंट काइंड का एंटरप्रेन्योर लोग हैं, जिनका अपना पोर्टफोलियो है, जो लोग जो इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं, नॉट ऑन अ वेरी लार्ज स्केल, बट स्मॉल बिजनेस, उनके ऊपर उस वक्त तक जब तक ये डेवलप नहीं होगा, क्या वो स्ट्रेटजीज यूज़ करें टू गेट थ्रू दिस सिचुएशन? बेसिकली
मैं ये कहूँगा कि हमको ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए कि ब्रिटेन ने यूरोप को 3 बिलियन पाउंड्स दिए थे इन 2016. सो ये पैसा जो गवर्नमेंट सब्सिडी दे सकता है, अगर position हो कि ideally we want situation where there are no tariffs between UK or Great Britain and Europe, and that way that'll be the ideal situation. But if we can't get there, then what? So then we have to bear in mind there will be the subsidies that the government can help small businesses so that there is a more of a level playing field. In terms of, if you look from, the world is quite large, right? At the moment, we are restricted with EU rules and regulations. Yes. If we have more of a hand, we will see Sadiq Khan going to India, Pakistan as he is this year. Fantastic. Why? Because he's going with confidence that he's going to come back with deals which perhaps he couldn't have if we were in EU.
Ravi, so just a minute. We've got a caller online. Please, Mr. Arslan, go ahead. What's your question?
Hello, hi. Yeah, I was really enjoying your show.
Thank you very much.
It's a very good discussion.
Thank you very much.
And I just wanted to know, is there any legal way, like what's being said today, that there is a possibility that we can exit from Brexit still? From EU is saying that. So is there any legal way that we can actually do that?
Okay, Maslan. The question we had from the caller is that is there a legal way when we leave Britain, leave European Union, but still be part of the trading bloc and able to sort of continue our trade as we do as of now without any tariffs. So is there, Alex, what's your study on that basically? Is there some deal could be structured like what Switzerland does, Norway does, or is there sort of something upfront payment for that access? Because it's like a club, isn't it? The European Union. You
Yes.
want privileges, you may have to pay for it basically.
Well, indeed, and we've paid in, I think it's about 500 billion.
But we got a lot of
pounds to
rebate
the
also,
EU.
Alex, so probably we have to balance out.
Well, yes, of course, and then there are balances. But I think, and people don't always appreciate actually. I haven't seen it. For example, at the moment we have a common customs border. So imports from outside the EU, when they enter the UK, are entering the EU. The money of revenue from tariffs on that customs border at the moment goes to the EU. In terms of goods destined for the UK, that's about £25 billion a year. After we leave, and we don't have a Remain Customs Union, we'll be getting £25 billion from that, for example. People don't really talk about that, but there are actually a lot of, and of course, while we're in the EU, we also have huge exposure to the euro. We have huge exposure to the European Investment Bank. I think the euro is about £100 billion. The European Investment Bank, that's another 30 billion. And then, of course, we are asked to bail out Greece and other countries failing in Southern Europe, which again is a lot of financial commitments there. So, of course, I think when we entered the EU, and it was the EEC then back in 1972, we were doing a lot of trade with EU countries, and it's not actually obviously states that trade with each other, it's businesses in one country that trade with businesses in another country, which is again, we still do.
And we'll continue to do that, Alex. I think we are just coming to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, panelists, I think we could spend the whole night, but we cannot cover it. But 10 seconds, your last message basically to the callers.
Can we exit Brexit? Possibly, लेकिन हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. जो यूरोप में जाते हैं बात करने के लिए, it's up to them.
Okay. Last 3 seconds.
Last 3 seconds, we don't want to leave completely EU. We should have some kind of ties with them, but we should come out and explore the other.
Ravi.
I'm quietly optimistic that we'll be okay.
So, viewers, today we were able to debate what's going on in Brexit. I think the situation is quite complicated. The uncertainty is there, but I would still advise you to be more aware that what's happening around you. If you've got any questions, any suggestions, do write to us. Our research team is always taking questions after the show also, and we try to sort of help you out. And also, I think the important thing is you should join us next Tuesday on the show, and we'll do Let's Debate and get an insight. Thank you very much for the show today.